I'm Leah from Love Leah. I'm a plus size blogger. I have been blogging for 6 years, and my mission really is for everybody to feel at home, happy, you know, in their own bodies. So I'm really thrilled that Ilona asked me to take part in this tonight and to be your hostess with the mostest. We've got a panel of experts tonight that are going to help us find out how best to fit bras for the fuller body, for the fuller chest. I'll start with Ilona. She's the founder of Ms. Pomelo, a UK lingerie brand which specialises in fuller busts, and she's passionate about empowering us ladies with bra health education. We also have Retta, who is a physiotherapist. Put your teeth in, Leah. A physiotherapist with nearly 20 years experience. She's an avid athlete and has a special interest in health and well-being of the female athlete. Some of Retta's practice areas include sports physio, clinical, Pilates, back pain and running clinics, and workstation ergonomics, which I will be talking to Retta about at another time for my husband. So, shall I let you ladies introduce yourselves? Should we start?
Sure. Sure. Thanks for that really lovely note. So, my name is Ilona. I've started Miss Pomelo almost 2 years ago. And the reason why I did that was I could see that there's a huge gap in the market where women essentially go to stores or go online and they can't find the bras that fit them and look not like a hospital wear. And I'm talking about bigger sized, bigger cup, bigger frames women. And also another thing that I understood, and you know this even better than I do, majority of women have no idea how to tell their size or how the bra should fit. And that really is the root of the problem because they don't know enough to choose their bra confidently. And so we teach, the big thing that we carry is the flag for independence and confidence in women, in that we teach them bra health so they can make their decisions comfortably and confidently and find the bra that works for them for real. So back over to you, Leah.
Okay, and let's have some words from Retta, please. Oops. Technical hitch, by the looks of it. Have we had any questions come through? A couple of people are saying that they're having audio, they can't hear us. Have we had any? We haven't had any questions come through. So while we get Retta back, Ilona, you know, we all hear about, you know, getting the right size bra for you, but where does fit come in the spectrum of importance?
That's a very good question, because very often I have women coming to me and saying, oh, this and that told me I'm size 36G, or somebody said to me I'm size 38D, but why do you say that I am a different size? I'm the size. They still hung up on the size. And the simple question warrants a very simple answer. Frankly, the size is nothing without the fit. So size is only the entry point. Once you have your size, you try on the bra, you try a lot of bras to find out the ones that really, really fit, because there are 3 pillars to the fit. There are things like the straps, the band, and the cups. And until they fit perfectly, the size completely doesn't matter. And you know, it's interesting because I very often lay out different sizes on top of one another, and they are so similar that it escapes me how size 42C can be pretty much the same as 40D, right? The difference is minuscule. So I'd say these 2 things are part and parcel, but size on its own is a meaningless number.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Okay. Hi, Retta. I see you're back again. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about yourself and your speciality?
I hope you can hear me.
Hi.
I found the value in wearing the right size bra myself. As you've heard before, I really enjoy exercise and training, and especially during those activities, it's so important to have a comfortable fitting, very supportive, good quality bra, and that makes such a difference. So I have a passion to living comfortably, feeling in their bodies and training and doing the things that they love and enjoy. It involves having the right clothing, comfortable with what they wear.
Okay, thank you. Have we had any questions coming from anybody yet? Not yet. I've heard of sister sizes, Ilona, and I know a little bit about you go down in the band size and up in the cup size. But how what's the best way to get a good fit?
Before I answer, can I just stop for a second? I'm reading through the technical questions that we have from our audience, right? And Rosie is saying that the audio is echoing quite a lot. Rosie, if I may say, try to either use headphones like we're using, or what we can do between us is when we're not talking, just shut off the mic, right? So that helps to kill the echo. Rosie, can you text me and tell me if you heard me okay? I guess, but let's try to use these the strategies. So back to sister sizes question. So how do we get comfortable with the sister sizes? So the simple rule of thumb is that, for example, you're very tight. No, let's say you're really good with cups, right? On the bra. Let's say you have 40D. You're really good with cups, but the band feels a bit tight. So what needs to happen is the band needs to get looser. So you go up one size on the band. But what happens with the cup D? Now, the cup D in size 40 and cup D in size 42 are not created equal. They're not the same. If you go up on the band, you need to go down on the cup, one letter down on the cup. So up on the band, down on the cup, and vice versa. Down on the band, up on the cup. That's known as the seesaw rule, kind of balances each other out with sister sizes. So remember, up on the band, down on the cup, down on the band, up on the cup. Yeah, that's a simple rule. So if 40D is good on the cups, but is tight on the band, you need to go 42C, because C is one letter down from D. Yeah. And the other way around. And I hope it makes sense. But we'll provide the links to our tutorials where we spell this out in more detail and graphically, so it's much easier to follow.
Okay. Have we had any questions come through yet? No. How about what thinking goes into making a bra for the fuller bust? What considerations are there? Extra considerations, versus normal, smaller bust and back size bras?
That's a very good question. So the biggest, essentially, bra companies are trying to solve a problem, right? Because the idea is that woman has a bust, she moves around during the daytime, and the idea is to create a product that will help her support the breast in its natural position, in its natural shape through natural movements. Movements happen to be not up and down vertical, not side to side. Movements happen to be sinusoid. So when we move in a sinusoid fashion for our bust. It's a heavy bust. A lot of the times, heavy cups on the bigger bands could weigh up to 1.5 or 2 kilos each. So it's like a bottle of Evian in each hand. That's a heavy mass to support, and it's quite a complex task. You can almost think of it as a suspension bridge, really. It's a piece of engineering. So another very important consideration to have in this is the strength and the alignment of a backbone, because Rachel will talk about this more from the medical perspective, but it's really important to safeguard the normality of the backbone, because when things start sliding there, it can lead to a lot of health issues. So how is this being done? Now, the simplest or not so simple, the tricks are really the technical tricks, and also using materials that are not elastic, because you need to hold the mass, you need to support the mass and make sure it stays, comfortably in the place where it stays. So with that, the sides of the bra will tend to run taller, and they will be of firmer materials. The center gore will be taller to give adequate support. Let's talk about the straps. Straps are a very important component in helping create that support. Usually you will see that the straps for bigger cups will tend to be wider and foam lined, simply because they help distribute the weight between the back and the front and create that, support that in that optimum shape. So, so you think you're 38 double G, and you're saying to me, like I hear a lot, I want a really sexy bra with really thin straps. Think again, because it simply will not be able to do the job adequately. And everybody has met a woman, or maybe a grandmother in our family, who has ridges in her shoulders. Why? Because she has been wearing these thin straps for all her life, and they have essentially surgically mutilated her. I'm sorry to use this word, but that's the consequences. So, yes, these bras can be made very pretty. They can be made out of very pretty lace. But remember that the firm materials, the tallest sides, the tallest center gore, the widest straps are an absolute must if we are aiming to create that optimum balance for a woman, to make her not just comfortable, but also healthy.
Yeah.
Right. Now, one other thing I should mention is breathability. Breathability is a very huge factor because it's a big mass of flesh. And in the summertime, it gets hot. Even in the wintertime, it gets hot. So make sure it's breathable. So a lot of the times, the materials that are being used are materials that dry quickly and absorb liquidity quickly. Things like microfibers, life-warm. For lining, which is very important, you would see things like cotton or maybe bamboo, or definitely something with silver thread being used, because it also helps keep bacteria at bay so it doesn't smell. Life is real. This is what happens. So these are, I would say, are the things that are kept in mind by manufacturers stepping on the task of making a bra. But the bra, the ultimate idea of a bra, it's something that's meant to keep you healthy and keep your backbone aligned and allow you to move comfortably throughout the day. It's not meant to be a sexy getaway piece, because day-to-day reality, takes over that. It's much longer in time than just a sexy boudoir type affair. Over to you, Leah.
All right, I'll see you've got a couple of questions, and then I've got some questions for Rhea. Abby says she's tried down in the back and up in the cup, but always finds that the underwire digs into my armpit. Apart from non-wire, what other options do you recommend?
Well, Abby, good question. So what you're saying is that your underwire digs into your arm. I can tell you right now that you are wearing a bigger cup than you should, because the wires could be a different length, right? They can be higher or lower. But one thing that is true is they should never come up too high, because they're going to start interfering with your nodes. And Rita will cover the lymphatic nodes later. But basically, this leads me to believe that you are in the wrong size bra. They're very simple ways of measuring your size. So I'm very welcome to send you the tutorials on how to do that, and maybe talk to you offline. The non-wired is a great solution. They will not give you such a great projection. They will be more grandmotherly, but some women cannot tolerate wires. That's all they wear. But, so far we haven't come up with anything that is wired or non-wired in terms of the bras. Especially with the mass like yours, 38H, that's going towards the heavy end of the spectrum. I hope I've answered your question.
Okay, Retta, it's interesting that Ilona brought up, the lymphatic system. Could you tell us how a bad leaking can affect that?
Yes, absolutely. As we know, there are so many lymph nodes around the breast, under the armpit, and towards the chest bone, the sternum as well. And they communicate, there's a communication flow from left to right side as well. And if you have restriction by form of the bra or anything else, that can diminish, which is really important. It can cause swelling, it can cause accumulation of toxins, because the lymph system is important for our detoxification, lead back to the circulatory system. So it's really important to have a comfortable bra that doesn't restrict any of this very valuable flow.
Okay, thank you. That's great.
It's the same for the blood circulation as well. In the same way, the straps shouldn't cut off any blood circulation.
I know I've certainly in the past worn bras that were so tight and uncomfortable, you know, it was like some kind of torture device. I've got another question here from Desta.
That's not good.
Oops. Desta says, I'm in a 38 double H. My band is tight and my straps dig in, but the cups are okay. What would you recommend for a better fit? Ilona, did you hear?
Yes, I can see that. So Desta, that means you need to go up on the band, right? So you're going to be probably 40 and not double H, but 40H. That's to start with. Depends on your frame. Sometimes we have situations where we have to lengthen the straps, and that's perfectly okay. So I would consider, first of all, trying to get yourself into a bigger banded bra, which is 40H. And if straps still do not work, I would take it to the alterations. They're very easy to alter. The back elastic is just needs replacing or lengthening. What else did you say? What else would I recommend for a better fit? And one thing that I should have said is there's always a discussion of what fits better, the balconettes or the plunge bras. You know, let's get this real. For bigger frames and bigger cups, the only thing that really works on a day-to-day basis is a full cup bra, and it's a T structure, so it has a structure. It looks like a T cup, like letter T. Why? Because it can contain the most mass. It naturally resembles the natural shape of the breast. And there are different fabrications there that are being used. The wider straps, the foam line straps. There's a power sling that goes on the side of the cup that helps to really form the shape of the bust and make it look perhaps not as big. But the idea is it holds the breast together. It resembles its natural shape. It helps it sling it up with this power sling. And that really is the day-to-day bra structure that is highly recommended to women who have larger cups and larger frames. That's what it is. You know, balconettes are wonderful for maybe special occasions where you have to be out there for an hour or two. But think of all this mass hanging down your shoulders. You will develop ridges. You just won't be able. To function comfortably. I hope that answers the question.
Okay, Rosie's still having audio problems. Is there anything else we can do to help that?
Rosie, now that you have reconnected, does it feel better?
Are you still here, Rosie? Oh, it's still repeating. I don't know what to suggest.
Rosie, is that who is exactly echoing? Is it me, Reta, or Leah?
Oh, it stopped. Yes. Excellent. Perfect. That may well have been me because I had the door to my balcony open. So apologies if that was me, but it's shut now. Breathing. Reta, a question for you. If if a bra's the wrong fit, how can it affect our breathing?
So breathing, when you inhale, it's a bit of action. You use and your intercostal muscles to breathe. And that makes the ribcage widen, open up bigger, and that negative pressure allows the airflow in. Now, if your bra is too tight, it restricts this opening up of the ribcage. And then you won't get adequate negative pressure, which means you'll get a reduced influx of air. Oxygen is our most important need during the day, besides love, I think. So it's very important to have a bra that gives you adequate support, but also do not restrict the very necessary action of breathing. Even more important to exercise because it's a load on the body's need for oxygen. So a bra that you exercise in needs to be supportive enough, but also allow the adequate movement for good functional breathing.
Another question from Abby, which is a good one. Actually, I've never thought of. How tight should the band be on the bra? I think the tighter the better, but as Retta just said, if it's too tight, it's gonna affect your breathing. So, I've heard something about you should be able to slip 2 fingers underneath. Is that right, Ilona?
Yes. How tight should it be? So it should be tight enough to be snug. And yes, you should be able to bring 2 fingers underneath the back band and bring them around to the underarm comfortably. But I guess the test is that the band of the back should be at the same level as the cups at the front, right? So when you look in front of the mirror, that's the test. Because when it's too tight, and Rita will talk about this, it can cut off air circulation, and there's a host of indigestion issues that can come in. And when it's too loose, again, Rita will talk about this, the muscles work over time. You get all sorts of headaches and shoulder aches. It's very complex and very far-reaching. But that's how tight it should be. I guess the simplest other test is when you look at the center gore, right? Like this element here, the center that connects the 2 cups, it should stay at it should stay at the sternum. It should not protrude forward. So if you got that correctly, and the band really gives 80% of the support for the whole bra, then you are in a good territory, I'd say.
Okay. If the center gore does stick out, what does that mean? The cup? What's the problem there? If the center gore sticks out when you lean, when you're moving?
Most likely, you need to go down on the band. But also watch out for what's happening with your cups, because sometimes people overflow in the cups, and that pushes away the center gore.
Ah, I see. Okay. Retta, what's kind of the worst case scenario of having a very bad fitting bra? What kind of major health implications can there be if somebody has, had a very badly fitting bra for a long time?
The most common problems with a bad fitting bra is poor posture. This can lead to bad neck ache, backache, headaches. It can also cause neural symptoms down the arms, so you can get pins and needles and numbness, and eventually weakness in the arms and the hands can develop as well. That's mostly due to the pressure that Ilona was mentioning, with causing the ridges over the shoulders. So it's really important to have rather a wider strap over the shoulder, because the more surface area you cover, or the load gets spread over that surface area. So it's small air reduced because you spread it over a larger area. Headaches as well is a severe symptom. Headaches, we shouldn't have headaches. So if you are suffering from headaches due to posture, look at your bra and adjust that and see if it solves the problem, because no one should live with headaches.
That's a really good point. I didn't even know you could headaches. could be a problem with your bra. So that's really informative. Thank you. That's really good. My gosh, the time's
Yes,
gone.
I think the other thing Ilona mentioned as well was, I just thought I'd mention the digestion as well, because of the area in the thoracic area where those nerves supply our organs that helps with digesting our food. So if the nerve supply gets hampered, it can affect our to digest.
And wasn't there also something about the skin, health of the skin, Beta, with regards to the bra?
Yes, absolutely. So fungal infections is also a very big and real problem that can be prevented very easily. The fabric of the bra is very important, and the bra stays in contact with your skin all of the time you wear it. It's not like a top or a dress that flows away from the skin. It's in close contact with your skin. So it's important to wear something that cleans easily, that doesn't accumulate any bacteria or fungus over time, and that keeps sweat away from the skin as well. Any way that you can help to keep the skin dry and healthy, a good bra is good for that.
That's excellent. A question about because I know I buy most of my bras online, Ilona, and I'm sure a lot of other larger chested ladies do too. How do you think we can make sure that we're getting the right fit when really we're only kind of judging by, you know, what we're seeing on the screen? Have you got any advice for helping us to, you know, to get the right fit for us?
The appearance. Yeah. That's a tough one, but you know, I'd say it's tough. You know, the honest answer is unless you've tried on the bra, it's impossible to tell whether it's going to fit you. Some things are telltale signs. For example, some cups will be wider spread apart. So if your chest is splayed, that's a good sign it's going to fit. I know it's very difficult to find a bra for those who have crowded in breasts. You know, it's virtually impossible. But things that will have neutral alignment are the so-called T-cups with the full coverage. That they really cover pretty much all shapes and all forms. They just happen to encapsulate it all. So that's one. And all the things I mentioned before. Look out for the straps. You know, the standard in the manufacturer in the old days, which I don't think anybody follows anymore. The straps should be at least 2 centimeters for larger cups, and for big cups like 40F and onwards, it should be 2.5 to be able to support you. Look for things that the center gore here is tall. So the greater the center gore, the greater is the support. Look at what the bra. It's not just some plastic fantastic. Look at the cups. You know, does the cup have a lining? Is it from the material that can breathe? Is it going to wick the sweat? Are the sides tall? What power mesh are they made of? Sometimes you see big bra, but it's with some tiny little things on the side. This is not going to work. It's just obvious, you know, it's obvious it's not going to work. Also, the big closure. The closure for a bigger bra has to be at least 3 by 3 in terms of hooks, or 3 by 2. But, you know, it has to be quite sizable at the back because you have a lot of mass to contain. And like I mentioned, the straps, you know, look out for wider straps. So that would be my pointers. But T-cup is really the most natural solution that works for everybody. It takes time. I know for everybody, it takes time to find a brand that works. And then you go for repeat purchases. It's just, life, unfortunately. I don't know so far.
The best advice then would oh dear, I don't know what's the matter with me. I can't get my words out tonight. The best advice would be, if somebody really wants to know what the best fit is, would be to come to one of your bra fitting workshops, wouldn't it?
True. Thank you. We do teach the workshops. We get together a group of women, maybe 4 or 5, and we go through the tutorial of how do you measure your size, first and foremost, and then how the bra should fit. So we bring the sample bras that we have of your size, and we try on. And there's a group of women. Sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're not. But women love it because then we can look at the bra specifically and say, this is correct, this could be better. And you also discover what works for you and what doesn't. It's one-on-one attention that I just don't think will happen anywhere in retail. We're not pushing anything on you. We try to find something that works for you so you come out empowered and you know what works and what doesn't, and happy with your knowledge.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
We got some more questions.
Yes, we do. What have we got? Oh, yeah, that's an interesting one. What's the best way to put on a bra if you have a larger bust?
Well, the best way is always to scoop and shimmy. That's the first step. Everybody's mom taught them scoop and shimmy. But I have still to teach women. Surprise, surprise. So yes, you scoop in the breast and you cradle it into the cup in a way that it's just not hanging and it's not pushing through for the wire. It's there, it's encapsulated. And remember that the straps are almost like, they're made to be almost spinnakers, because they help you elevate your breast and create what you call the drop. Designers, when they make clothing, they make it with the concept of the drop, such that if your breasts are not at a certain level of projection, which happens to be forward projection is the middle of your arm, right? Your nipples should be in the middle of your upper arm. If you're not there, you will not be fitting very well into the dress, so you won't even look good with your clothes on. So something to bear in mind. And then again, check on the fit. Check if the band is correct. Check if the cups are 100% filled, that you're not overflowing or you're not gapping. And check that the straps are indeed, you have to pull them up. And every time you wash the bra, straps sort of loosen up, so you have to adjust them. It's a simple exercise, but it's very effective.
Desta says, how often should we be buying new bras in a bigger size? I feel I'm having to replace mine very often.
Well, first of all, when you buy, you make sure it's made out of materials that are quality, right? And they will work. Wear and tear is absolutely normal, because the big mass will create that real physical wear and tear. So I'd say a quality bra should last you a year. If you wash it, even if you wash it in the washing machine, there's no shame in that. Nobody does hand washing anymore in this day and age. It should last you a year. And if it doesn't last you a year, you call up the shop and you ask them to take it back. For example, we haven't gone so far as we started to offer lifetime guarantee on our product. I mean, lifetime being reasonable about was lifetime, but if something breaks, wires pop up a lot. I don't know how, but it's just a natural danger with that. We'll take it back and we'll fix it. So that's how comfortable we feel that 1 year is just about the right time.
Okay. Rosie says, can you help with straps? They're either too short or they feel like cheese wire and cut terribly. That sounds like they're too thin.
They could be thin. Now, Rosie, that was Rosie's question, right?
Yeah.
So, Rosie, if you already have bras and you don't want to replace them, there are straps, wider straps, like foam-lined kind of straps that they buy and sell in stores, in specialist stores, and you can go and get them and put them on your straps. So there will be more of a weight distribution for your shoulders, so it will help you on a temporary basis. That's what you can do with your current bras. If they are short, you need to lengthen them, take them to a seamstress. It's a very simple exercise. You just need to lengthen the elastic or replace the elastic somewhere. If they're too long, which happens a lot. For example, Indian, like people of Indian ethnicity, they have shorter frames very often. So we need to take them to the alteration and shorten them. Also can be done, but it's a super simple thing. You can even do this at home. It's very easy. But, not by hand, but with the equipment, of course.
Retta, could I ask you a question about... if I'm at home a lot of the time, I don't have a bra on. Are there sort of pros and cons to being braless? Is there a certain amount of time it's okay to be out of a bra each day? What would your advice be there?
Retta, do you want to pick this one up in terms of how far the skin can stretch and the fact that there's no muscle in the breast tissue to really offer the support?
That is true. There is no muscle in the skin. So you will have just a free hanging mass, right? It is lovely to have a bit of freedom, really good for your skin and for your body to have it and just time to move. but do consider that it is the mass that you're carrying around. So think about what you're doing while you're not wearing your bra. And also how you do it. Are you stooping forward into a bad posture anyway? Or are you walking upright and still being in a good posture and still supporting your breathing? Or is this affecting your posture in a different way? So it's not what you do, it's how you do it. But also be careful not to put too much strain on the connective tissue in our breasts and the skin, because they don't go back to the length once you've stretched them. Muscles do. There is no muscle in the connective tissue.
Okay, right, thank you. That's great. Are we going to do the bra giveaway soon, Ilona?
Yes, I totally forgot. Yeah, the most exciting part. So, so we decided, because we had quite a lot of signups, and we're really pleased with that. We decided to play out 3 bras as a giveaway. So we will scramble randomly on the people who are in the room now and just assign a bra to each. And I really do hope that we do your size, because generally we go from 32D to 46H. But if we don't, then we're going to have to find a solution. So shall I look into the room and we'll just nominate? Now we have 8 attendees. So there has been some a growth in audience. So I'll just take each turn, okay? No offenses. 1, 2, 3. There's Nikki. There's Rosie. And then there's Desta.
Excellent.
So please, I'll get in touch with you because I have all your email addresses. But please be prepared to share with me your size. And if you are London-based, you're very welcome to come to our workshops, where we essentially will let you try what we have and let you find what you like. And so far, we've been really pleased with the track record, because people repeat changes in how they feel about their posture and how they feel about the comfort and the health. And we'll just hope to continue with that.
Excellent. Are there any summing sort of comments you'd like to make in summation? Anything I've missed that you'd like to talk about, Ilona or Retta?
Let me see. So yeah, in terms of what's the well-fitting bra should feel like, it should feel like you don't have a bra on. It may sound shocking to most of you, but that's how it should feel. When you have a properly fitting bra on, you don't feel it, you don't notice it, so you can go on about your day focusing on what's important for you in the day. And another important point is, when you take off the bra at the end of the day, you should never experience scarring or red marks, because when you do have that, that means it's too tight for you, or something isn't right. So you have to recheck the fit. And a simple thought that I would leave you with is really don't think that the bra fitter will sort anything for you. Trust your gut instincts, trust your judgment, and learn what the pillars of the fit are, so that you can change it. Because women's weight and our body mass expands and goes down throughout the month. There are different events during the life. There's a childbirth, there's menopause. Weight can go up and down severely. And why depend on somebody who's not even motivated? Why not take control of these things and just own up to that knowledge and share it with the people you know and love?
Thanks, Ilona. Over to you, Retta.
Maybe I can just finally summarize the health considerations when you're looking for your new bra. So the first consideration will be, how does this bra support your posture? And how can you improve your posture as well? The second is, does this bra affect your blood circulation or the lymph circulation, be that the straps over the shoulders, the straps, the band around the body, or the underwire? Does this, your digestion, does it make you feel ungood? Bring on any IBS symptoms? Can you notice anything on your skin? And lastly, breathing. Does it affect your breathing? Does it allow you to breathe and move comfortably while you're exercising, as well as just daily activities? that's mine in a nutshell.
Okay, thank you very much. Shall we leave our links in the IM thing now, Ilona, do you think? So everybody can check us all out? Oh, your sound's gone.
Sorry. Yes, please. You have you can type in the links, right, on how to find you.
Yeah.
There's a question from Charlotte. Charlotte, would you like to text us?
Charlotte, what happened there? Charlotte, have a question? Yeah, that's... Oh, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Okay, should we leave our links?
Yes, let's leave the link. So
let's leave mine. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Yep. Thank you. Yeah. So
Charlotte, any questions from you? Because I can see that you have your hand raised, but no questions.
All right.
Okay, well, you know where to find us. You can get a hold of either myself or Leah or Rita. All details are there. And please do. We'll be very happy to answer your questions. So I'll give it over to you, Leah, now to wrap up.
Okay, thanks ever so much, everybody, for attending. I mean, the subject of breast health is so wide-ranging. I think we could probably have, a few different webinars on various different subjects. We've probably only just scraped the surface. So keep your eyes peeled, and thanks very much for attending, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Bye, Ilona. Bye, Rita.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.